Can't remember if I've talked about this, so excuse me if I have dementia. It's probably likely given the medication and alcohol that I've used to have. Um, there's camera thing again. How do I get it to move? Um, yeah, it's just on the topic of AI again. Uh, Another frustrating thing. Um, I do see a purpose in it in some ways because there are niche cases where you can use it. But the thing I would say that's very important with it is non-artists shouldn't be using it, to put it simply. Because as much as it bridges an accessibility gap that's been missing in art, where obviously a layperson can use it, which is not always good, but it allows people who have been unable to make art but want to be able to make it. That could be either because of disability or a cognitive issue, like who knows. Um, yeah, just here I was browsing artwork and stark difference between essentially what is AI generated artwork and actually hand drawn. It's fucking crazy. Like, it's so fucking mad that I literally can't stand when it's high quality. As much as hyper detailed is great for obviously just looking at, the problem with it is it's lost its magic because it used to be a human element. You can throw in little references here and there, and I've made I'm using an example of landscape artwork. I've made this consistently for years, and I definitely made something out of it for sure. I haven't come back empty-handed and failed really. Um, but so much of the AI generated artwork is just lacking that human touch, and this really clicked with me when I was trying to find someone on Pinterest, which I didn't even know was an AI hellscape until too late. And when I even tried to make it suggest not showing AI artwork, it shows more AI artwork. So it's fucking garbage. Um, Another fucking one. Well, go away. Why do I keep getting recommended this? Just want to change my phone wallpaper, for fuck's sake. Um, it's a real problem, really. I was looking at specifically like these ones with quite complex ideas, like wrapped around beaches and showing also the colour of water and the clouds and stuff. There's a bunch of different things that I'm aware of that make it quite good to look at. But then I noticed a huge problem, and this is where again AI fails. There's shadow leaves on the fucking beach without a single tree in sight. Leaves. Like, what? It's just fucking crazy, and the fact nobody caught onto that is just even crazier. Anyone who's done art for a while, especially landscape art, would see the issues with this, and yeah, uh, it's painful to watch, really, to see how art is not only becoming more complicated, but just dumber. It's simple as that. It could be more detailed, but it's going to be dumber because that's all it's going to dish out in the end of the day. So you're just left with very few options. Um, it's just disappointing, and it leads me to realise that the only people who should be dealing with generative AI are artists, not people who aren't. And this isn't me being gatekeepy at all, because again, I've admitted there's niche cases where you definitely should have access to it. And, even if it's like something silly, like just use a really crappy AI generator for that. I've seen it already, and there are some brilliant things on that. I've never backing down from this argument that AI just shouldn't be available to the public. it should just be available to people who are looking to do art or get into it. Maybe looking for a sort of way into it, like a, I don't know what you call it, gateway, like a gateway thing. And it's just, oh God, it's so bizarre and just so dumb. There's like a bit of artwork out there that isn't AI generated, so it just doesn't make sense when people are using it so frequently. But the biggest problem is they're not even artists. And people who know art know what to look for when using it or even making it. They'll see these problems instead fucking artwork. They are generated garbage. And they can fix it. That's fuck. Good noise. Oh, got distracted. Feels like AI generated garbage is what it is, and you can edit it if you're an artist. You could definitely say AI assisted. I don't have a problem with that, to be honest. But you can use it to get a reference of something and draw over it, make it in your style, essentially. Like decomplicate it on detail. I don't know if there's a term for that. Like there's different ways around it, and where I've sort of wanted to do this myself because of a very obvious like cognitive disability, I think, and probably physical. I can't draw in proportions very well and perspective, and I just seem to suck at doing line drawing in general. It takes me hours to draw a character, just a simple character. And that's why I've found use for it myself if I were to use it. But I don't trust anything at the moment, so I can't do that. Until there's like an ethical company, I'm not going to invest in it at all. It's only at that point I would consider it, but it's not something I would want to do anyway. Um, that's weird. Just on the other screen watching Twitch stream talk about AI there. That's weird. But seriously, I would consider using it if I could at least speed up my art process and get proper references and stuff. Because art is something important to me, but I don't want to do it in a way that it's like AI's just done everything for me. And there are cases again where I could just edit something. Yeah, holy shit, this is such an annoying situation. I'm just trying to change my phone wallpaper. That's all I was trying to do, and it just comes with AI garbage. I don't really feel comfortable having AI on as my background, really, on my phone, because I do change it every now and then. I think this one is. It's too simple, though. Doubt it. I suppose it's dark. I don't know why it did that. Yeah, I'm fed up of it. This shit just doesn't need to exist. It's just bad. It's also bad for our sort of perception as well of what we expect. Because the moment someone comes out with like a simple drawing, even like some fucking claymation, like all things, people are just gonna hate it. They're not gonna like it really, and that will cause problems. Obviously. And then the expectation is like, oh, you need to be this good to get my attention. And it's like, oh, okay, we're fucked then. And you're not going to have a human element, and everything's going to be so normalised in AI that you just forget that there used to be shadows on the ground. You forget there used to be two arms on people. Like, there's domino effects of AI that people haven't considered and I don't see talked about enough. There's a future implication of this, which, scarily enough, often ends up true when I say it. And that creeps up on you eventually. And now we're seeing AI generated real life stuff, but we're going to see much worse things other than AI generated animals, which for some reason people enjoy and seem to think is real. So yeah, you've got that to look forward to. And if you ever support AI, you had yourself to blame. So thanks for listening. I'll see you another time.